Good morning again. I hope everyone is feeling blessed today. And if you're not feeling it, thank God that He is good every day and we can take hold of His goodness. I want to read a little bit in Mark chapter 4, actually summarize in Mark chapter 4, which is the parable of the sower, where it says he was teaching by the seaside. He said, "Listen and take note. A sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some fell beside the path, and the birds of the air came and devoured it. Some seed fell on rocky ground where it did not have much soil, and soon it sprang up because it did not have deep soil. But the sun rose, and it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. Others fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no grain. And other seed fell on good ground, and it yielded grain that sprang up and increased by 30, 60, or 100 times as much." Then he continues, if you fast forward, to explain it, where he said, "The sower sows the word, and those by the path where the word is sown, when they hear, Satan comes immediately and takes the word out of their hearts because they didn't understand, right? Those on rocky grounds," it says, "they have no root in themselves, so they endure for a time, but when affliction and persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they fall away. And those among thorns hear the word, but there's the cares of the world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the desire for other things. They enter and choke the word, so it's unfruitful. But then there's others, seed sown on good ground, those who hear the word and receive it and bear fruit, 30, 60, and 100 times as much." So he describes 4 situations. But I'll tell you what he did not say. He did not say 25% of those who hear the word will be good ground. That is not what he said. You know, you've heard things like that, but that's not the reality. The reality is that there are 4 situations, and I am going to expect, set my faith for, study, train, and teach so that we have 99.9999% being the good soil. If we can get to 100, let's get to 100. Amen? Because God desires that none should perish. God has a desire for us all, every one of us. There is no predetermined thing in God's mind that we fail, that you fail. We've seen people fail. You know, you can look at dictators in the past. You can look at Judas. Judas was not predetermined to fail. He made a choice. That's why God has teaching for us. He provided us teachers in the body so that we don't fail. And we can all, bless God, we can all listen. We can all learn. We can all submit to His goodness, and we can all walk in the fullness and perfect plan of God. And if there's any being that could ever theoretically, philosophically, or possibly cause us all to succeed, it's our Father, because He's good, and He's sneaky good even. He can be good in ways that we don't even realize how good He's been and how He's set us up for blessing. Amen. He's good to you today. Think about that and set your confidence, that's the word, set your confidence on succeeding in Him, because of His goodness and because of His love and His faithfulness, and because you are not going to disappoint your Father. Amen. Be blessed.